Hi, this is Judge Harry Bowden with Child Support Court Vodcast. Make sure you go to childsupportcourttv.com. Check out the new videos, our sponsors, and make sure you get to Ask Judge Harry, where you can call in every Tuesday from 9:30 to 11 and ask Judge Harry. Thank you for being a loyal viewer of Child Support Court, the Vodcast, with Judge Harry Bowden.
GetMyBabyMoney.com.
Get my baby money. Get your money, baby, get your money, money. Get my baby money.
Welcome back to Child Support Court, the Vodcast with Judge Harry Bowden. Today's subject, you don't want to miss today's subject. It is one of the most talked about, controversial, misunderstood subject that ever exists when it comes down to child support. Let's review a little bit before we go into it. Now, the first thing we did was expand the definition of child support. It's where both parents are obligated to support and give benefits to the child for their well-being. We dealt with the issue of the custodial and the non-custodial parent. We dealt with the issue of where do I go and read how somebody else determines how much should be paid. The Georgia Child Support Commission, the internet, and look it up. How is my child support determined? But now the subject today, take a deep breath. The subject today is so, The question is, if I pay child support, do I automatically get to visit my child? Whoa, say that again. If I pay child support, do I automatically get to visit my child? I'm going to say it one more time so you understand that this is a serious message that you need to call your friends. Call, hey, yo, come on. Listen to this. He said, if I pay child support, do I automatically get to visit with my child? No. Did you hear that? No. Did you hear that? No. You do not get to automatically visit with your child. Why? Well, let's check and see. What is your status? If you are a non-custodial parent, the question is, was that child born out of wedlock? What do you mean? Was y'all married? If you all were married and you are no longer married, then you went through a, starts with a D, ends with an E, divorce. And in that divorce, you have a settlement agreement and a final order which gives you what? The, starts with an R, ends with a T, the right. And it spells out when you visit with that child, because you are a what? NCP, non-custodial parent. What are we talking about, ladies and gentlemen? We're talking about the rights that a parent has. Now, I want to focus, laser focus on The question, if I pay my child support, do I automatically get to visit the child? The answer is, you're right, no. Why not? Well, first and foremost, the right that comes along with being a parent is legislated by the law. Who said it? Who was that movie? Sylvester Stallone. I am the law. Okay? And he was serious. He was bad in that movie. It was, well, let me get back. Your rights are legislated by the law. So if you are a non-custodial parent, just because you pay child supports, that doesn't give you the rights of a parent. Let me make sure you hear this. As a father to a child, you have to establish rights. And I hate to put it like this, but they're property rights. Children are considered what? Property. Oh man, you must be crazy. All right, try to take one and don't have a right court order. You're going to see how crazy I am. Because you don't have the right. Let me beat in on this. If you are a father and that child was born out of wedlock, then that is an illegitimate child. I hate that. I hate that because the society says you're illegitimate. What does that mean? You're illegitimate. It simply means you were born out of wedlock, and when you're born out of wedlock, the rights are established by the law. And the custodial parent, the one who has that child, has the right to, starts with a C, ends with an L, control everything associated with that child because it's in their best interest. The state, the government, the law requires that a child be taken care of by a natural parent when available. And ladies and gentlemen, do you understand, if you're not a parent that is a custodial parent and that child needs help, that child will get help, and it's from the state. And that gives the state the right to say what your rights are. Let's get real with this thing. You see, an illegitimate child is the property of the mother if they are the custodial parent. Now, don't get it twisted. There are fathers out there who have primary custody, who are custodial parents. Let's reverse this. What if the father is the custodial parent? Same question. Does that give the mother, the biological mother, the right to visit the child just because she pays child support?
Revenue collections piling up? Lacking the experienced manpower needed to complete jobs safely? Tired of experiencing risks due to low quality and inexperienced applicants? We can help end this cycle. The Success Center Recruitment and Consulting will benefit your company. We build real and transparent relationships between recruiter and hiring manager. Book a call today and begin the process of finding the right person to join your team.
No. That's in a court order. What rights that biological mother has, because they are not the what? The CP, custodial parent. Let me back up because I really don't want you to get confused. The question is, do I have the right? No, 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 no. But I signed the birth certificate. Good for you. But that doesn't give you the right to visit the child. But the baby got my last name. Whoop, hip, hooray. But that does not give you the right to visit the child. Well, how you gonna say I don't have the right? Whoa, buddy, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me put some reality in it. I ain't saying it. The law is saying it. So let's breathe. So we've determined that just because you pay child support, if you have not done some very preliminary things in that child's life, then you don't have the right. Now we're going to talk about what gives you the right. Starts with a L, ends with a E. Legitimate. 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 Yeah, go and look it up. Yeah, use Siri. Siri, what does legitimate mean? Okay, there you go. Legal process whereby you obtain what? Starts with an R, ends with an S. I put an S on it because it's a whole bunch of rights. Not the right, but rights. Lord have mercy. How many people died so we can have rights? How many people stomped and fought and marched so we could have rights? How many people went through all kind of trouble, tribulation, tribulation, so we can have rights? And you want to sit there and argue because I told you you don't have the right just because you pay child support? It's exasperating. But don't argue with me. Hear what I'm saying. You have to legitimate your child. Just because you signed the birth certificate, no, you don't have the right to visitation. How do you get the right? You're listening, aren't you? How do you get the right? You got to fill out the paperwork. What are you talking about? You got to go down and petition the court. What are you talking about? You have to file the correct paperwork to establish your rights. I want you to think about that. I want you to really focus on that because I'm not tired of ever hearing it. But I'm just exacerbated in people not understanding what I'm saying. It's like, I hear you, but I don't understand. Okay, let me break it down. You have to go and file paperwork to establish your rights for visitation. Remember those 2-3 episodes back I told you about how I hated when the mother, custodial parent, would get up and go through all the process and then all of a sudden the prosecutor would say your case dismissed? You know what's also disheartening? For a father, a good father, a well-meaning father, somebody who wants to be in that child's life, to say over and over again, oh, she won't let me see the child. Oh, I can't see the child. I pay my child support, but I can't. Ladies and gentlemen, please understand that just because you pay child support, you do not have the right to visit that child. And my heart really goes out to you because I know you're a good father. I know that you want to spend time. I know that you don't mind spending the money, but you want to give more to that child than just your name. I know that you want to give them wisdom. I know you want to give them what you may not ever have gotten. But you still ask the question, and I'm giving you the answer. Legitimation. Just because you pay child support does not give you the right to visit the child. Well, if I don't have visitation, I don't want to pay. Sorry, it don't work like that. Okay? I'm going to use kind of a crazy analogy. Let's say you go into the local store and you see some soda that you would like to buy. Okay? But you think that you ought to get it because you go into the store and, you know, this is a crazy analogy, I know, but you pick it up and you shake it and, you know, all of a sudden the top comes off and you say, I didn't even drink none. And the man said, I don't care. You had it. You spilt it. You got to buy it. I don't want to buy it. Well, that's another issue. It's called criminal law. This is sort of domestic. But listen to what I'm saying. You have the responsibility to buy that soda because you jacked it up and opened it. Okay? You got a responsibility to pay for that child even though you don't have the right to visit with the child when you want to. Ladies and gentlemen, when you give up the rights, when you do not establish the rights, you're left with poo-poo. Did I say that? Yeah, I did. I said that. You left with poo-poo. So, man, this is really, really bad. Ladies, gentlemen, this is really bad. I think about when I see pet owners walking down the street and they have these green bags and, you know, they don't do what they're responsible to do once their animal does what they do. And then now the neighbors are left with poo-poo on the yard. Guess what? You the landowner, but now you got poo-poo on you. I know it's a bad analogy, but anyway. Let's get back to what I was saying. And I want to hammer this home. Now, because many of you going to say, that ain't true, that ain't right. Well, you know it's right because you've had the experience. We're going to talk about that legitimation, but I'm going to squeeze something in for you. But don't you miss an episode of Child Support called the Vodcast.